Hello kids, and welcome back to Life in the Woods. I wonder what happened with these sheep. That certainly couldn't have been me. Welcome back. I think it's been like 2 days or so since I last recorded, which is not ideal. I still have a lot of content that I need to get prepared before we leave. You know, like currently recording this on Sunday. We leave on Thursday. Ideally, I don't want to have to record on Wednesday and be able to focus on, the last couple of things, make, double check that our power banks are charged, all those other little things. I have to see. I did try to mentally convince myself that if, I should focus on at least Life in the Woods for now, but I'm also focusing a lot on Animal Shelter too, given that that one has pretty short episodes and is a bit easier than Life in the Woods. One Life in the Woods episode is 2 Animal Shelter episodes. I really, really, really enjoy Animal Shelter, and it is a very popular game on the channel, and, the monkey brain does enjoy seeing the big numbers. What else can I say? Like, I do not mind at all that currently we have a bit of a low phase here with Life in the Woods. I absolutely do not mind that, because it is a very specific sort of video genre that we're going here for. It has the 2010 vibes, and with our attention spans, that's hard. I notice that myself when I, find the occasional video like this, and as fun as it can be and relaxing, sometimes your brain just kind of locks off as you're listening, and that happens, and that's okay. I'm sure that there will be a point again in the future where, I suddenly open my creator studio thingy and I'm met with like 400 views on a random episode that is really not the kind of episode I would expect to go viral. And then I get to panic again. So, that will happen. I know that. And I do not mind at all that currently, we're just vibing here with our handful of people. That is fine. I do not need the entire world to be watching me, because that would make me very, very nervous. I do this because I enjoy it. Okay, enough yapping about this. I hope everyone is doing well. I did a lot of laundry earlier. I do currently still have laundry in the machine. And knowing my parents, they will probably not text me when it's done and just hang that up themselves. Unbelievable. Stealing my work over here. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty good on our vacation preparation sort of things. Currently have like a bunch of clothes lying next to me that I feel like once I get out the suitcase, and I start putting things in there instead of just little piles in my room, that makes everything a bit more serious, and I'm scared to do that. I mean, scared is the wrong word. I'm just nervous to, embrace the fact that we are about to go on vacation. Our first actual vacation as adults, and, But yeah, very excited still. Very nervous, but I'm sure it will be fine. And yeah, I don't know. We'll try to record a lot more today, and then also tomorrow. Like tomorrow, I should already lay out a bit of stuff for me to get done right after, we're done with our morning routine of breakfast and stuff, and the boyfriend starts leaving for work. Like, I should just, I don't know, maybe put out a little outfit that is like a bit more serious, because a lot of times when I, put on the serious clothes, I'm just motivated to do more things. And I don't know, just give myself an easy task that I can do without too much effort, that I can then already cross off my to-do list to feel good right away. And, I don't know, I just want to be able to ideally keep up with all 3 uploads, but I will definitely focus on having Life in the Woods and Animal Shelter completely scheduled in advance before I start focusing on Paralives. Given that Paralives currently actually has a few bugs, which has been making me pretty sad. Nothing game-breaking, But for example, every single night in the game you get like a little card that can give you a little bonus. Oh no, I think we didn't pick up the wool over there. Okay. I think we should have, because the stone that we just got was from there. So in theory we should have gotten that. Fingers crossed. And also that, you get like 3 categories you can choose from every night. And then when you... I mean, sometimes you don't get a category. Sometimes you just get... Here, have some free money. But sometimes the categories have more money available, you know? So basically 3 categories with up to 3 cards in them each. So you have up to 9 possible choices, but once you click on one of the selections, that's it. For some reason lately I've only been getting 1 choice to select from, which is not game breaking, but it's a little bit sad. And I don't know. It's, yeah, so... Part of me is like, yeah, I mean, I should maybe focus on the other things anyway, you know, make sure that there's at least 1 series that will be uploaded every day just to keep the daily upload streak. And, you know, maybe while we focus on that, they're gonna put out a patch for all those little things that are bothering me a tiny bit currently, but that has yet to happen. Which, you know, is okay. It's a small team and the game is already very fun. But I am definitely very excited for big updates that will be coming to the game, just because it does get a little bit repetitive as of right now. Which, you know, is not necessarily like a negative point. Oh, no thank you. But it's just, yeah, there isn't that much to do yet gameplay-wise. And... I don't know. I mean, I've been meaning to check out some mods that would add like new skills and stuff, but I also haven't gotten around to that yet. I know I left 1 multi-variety flower there in the bush, but that's okay. Okay, we are back to going east. Oh, we only had like a small little detour there actually. We're sort of back on track. That's nice. How deep does this go? Please don't. Welcome back to the most professional Minecraft channel on the internet. Alright, no, not clay. We start with this. I think I want to get some of the palm trees because we always need those. That was our first time getting stuck in quicksand on this trip. Embarrassing. We did so good for so long. Okay, we have a full stack of these now. And these didn't fit in there. We can put away the Sig Touch again. So we're out of that biome. I do want to get the leaves with shears, because we need the leaves to build with, because a lot of the time bone meal doesn't work on palm saplings, aka we have to hand build all of them, and that requires leaves, and we can't get leaves if we can't bone meal the saplings really to begin with. Huh. Breathing hard. Okay. Imagine taking breaks to get some oxygen into you while you speak. Can't relate. Part of me hopes that we can do all of the rest of the trip with our current food, but I'm a little bit worried that that won't be the case, that we'll run out of food. I mean, how many more episodes did I have to do? Currently have planned until like, I think 2 days after we come back that I'd have videos until then. You know, of course I could only do 1 day, but I'll be exhausted. I know that. I'll be exhausted. I'll have to readjust to living here. And I really want to get into a good routine once we're back home. Okay, let me... There's my Discord channel. There's my to-do thing. Still have 14 episodes to record. At 7 hours. I think that's enough for 7 hours of walking, so we'll probably have to go. I mean, we could place a waystone. We could place a waystone and come back at some point. You know, just grab a bunch of sandwiches instead. But then we're gonna run out of wheat most likely. So it might just be easier to make more delighted meals and bone meal tomatoes or whatever we're gonna run out of. I don't know. I just know that traveling is one of the easiest ways for me to be able to record in advance big time. because I'm really enjoying this. It's just a little thrill of, are we gonna ever find another structure that's not one of the 3 we keep repeatedly seeing, and all of that? Are we gonna possibly find an origin island? You know, there's all this excitement bound to it. So this is very easy for me to just sit here for like a few hours and record. Versus when we would go home, we would have to, like, you know, we should probably work on the last apartment that we want to build in the everyday life area, and I have yet to like look for a design there, and I find, you know, that all kind of overwhelming, given that I'm not like the best builder, and I don't know, I just don't really have anything envisioned just yet fully for what I would want that apartment to look like, and that's not the mindset I want to start that build with. So I'd rather do that another day, you know. There's so much sugarcane here. I mean, all of these are not like even fully spawned in. Not gonna hurt that much. I mean, it will hurt because the biome will look a little empty and sad. But we do need these. That's the thing. This is a big help to us. This means we can add some more palm trees to like the beach area and whatnot. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well and not stressing out about their vacation plans. And I don't know, it's just... By the way, a couple episodes I did talk about if I should order one of these like little... I hope nothing went in there. One of those little phone wristband thingies, you know, where you put like a little thing under your phone case where like the charging port is, and then you can like connect a wristband to it, so if you're running around with your phone in your hand, someone can't just easily snatch it. You know, I was kind of like, do I want to get that? Do I not? I did end up getting it. It was considered a good possible investment by my family. I mean, because especially I'm the one who is usually looking at maps when we're walking around. So yeah, just to be safe, you know, just to be safe. And I think it could also be useful for concerts later, because a lot of times I'm super worried about accidentally dropping my phone. So I don't know. I am excited for that. We also had a nice little shopping trip yesterday. Went to like a place we don't ever really go to, or at least I don't go to. My parents sometimes go there for shopping. I just never really joined them. So it was my first time there in quite a few years, I think, pretty much. And it's nice. A little overwhelming. I mean, it was also pretty full because it was a Saturday, and it's now school holiday season. So yeah, that was something. But we had a good time. We got everything that we wanted. Boyfriend managed to get a very nice looking backpack with lots of space for a very good price. So now he no longer has to worry about his old one falling apart, and like, I don't know, for me, when I see him walking around with that and his laptop in there, I'm just worried that one day his laptop is just gonna somehow fall out of there, even though it's just the top part that was like a little bit opened. I don't know, still is nice that we managed to get a replacement there for only, I think, like 40 euro. Managed to get new shoes for him too, that will be able to walk around without, you know, his shoes falling apart. Also very good, even though the shoe sales lady very much wanted to sell him some like anti-blister sole thingies, and we were just like, nah, we have that. Because I bought so many blister patches for the vacation. I know we'll get them, so, you know, I just want to be prepared and not have to look for overpriced ones at like Tesco or where the heck you would buy them. I don't know, does Tesco have blister patches? I don't know. I just know I was able to find some at Edeka. Yeah, I'm very excited for the grocery stores. I mean, even yesterday when we were at the big shopping place, they have like a good grocery store selection there too, and we went there and oh my god, the vegan options that are not available in my small town. Like, I was just standing in front of these shelves drooling and like, oh crap, why do we have to go on vacation in like 5 days? I want to buy the entire shelf. So I don't know, I guess we'll go back there at some point, because the boyfriend also he hates retail ever since he decided to work in retail. Well, it wasn't much his decision, but still. Ever since he had retail job experiences, he does not enjoy stepping foot into any sort of store anymore. It was completely ruined for him. Shopping, his worst nightmare. Like, even at the grocery store, it was like a pretty big one there. Oh, crap. And they actually had like some sort of benches. So at some point, he sat down, he was like, Kiwi, go look at all the vegan stuff you want. Come back when you're done. So that was fun. I don't know, I was able to look at all those little things that interest me without him standing next to me like, you know, we shouldn't buy this. We're about to leave the country and then it will expire. And I'm like, but we could freeze it. Yeah, the only thing I ended up buying while he was vibing on a bench and on his phone was I found a vegan stracciatella yogurt, which we both really like. There used to be a really nice brand called Luff. They made stuff with lupines. They had the best stracciatella yogurt ever, and then they went broke. And most vegans, or like anyone who tried vegan products around the time, because I think I was able to buy that yogurt like once or twice when I met my boyfriend. So that was like 2021, but I think that was really just that year. But after that, they were no longer available. But I was able to enjoy them for a little while, mainly while I was still vegetarian. But even then, I wasn't really buying animal yogurts and stuff because I didn't like the lactose, and I just noticed my body was doing a lot better if I wasn't consuming any lactose products. So that might be a bit of a problem, but okay. So I was able to enjoy that for a few years, but so many times you see like posts from vegan sites and it's like stuff that used to be available and we all miss, and it's always usually the Love yogurts that are on there, especially the stracciatella one. Everyone loved that one. Everyone. And that just has left such a gap in the vegan yogurt community, okay? Is that a sentence that was ever spoken before on this planet? The vegan yogurt community, yes. I mean, I'm not big on yogurt, but every once in a while it's nice. And here's an issue that I personally have with vegan yogurt. Okay, nice thing. Something I read is actually, even though they're refrigerated, you can just store them in like a cool room. So ideally in like your basement. They don't necessarily have to be refrigerated. But I'll still refrigerate them, I don't know. We do usually have the space for that. But given that there is no... I thought that was a creeper. Given that there's no milk in there, they are usually good for quite some time after they technically expire. Which is very nice. Except for that yogurt that I bought a few days. I already opened a contact form I've been meaning to fill out because I bought like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Lidl had a nice little vegan special thing going on with a few new products, including a 1 kilo bucket of Greek yogurt in vegan. That's so cool. I bought that. Everyone bought it. Everyone loved it. I, was waiting a little bit to try it because I don't know. I was like, oh, everyone loves it. And okay, to be fair, part of me is also scared of trying new products. Hey, I want 1 stack of iron. Where's what? There's what iron. Okay, nice. So, a little bit scared. So maybe we'll wait a little. So a few days ago, when that yogurt was still good for a few days before it would expire, okay? I prepared my little cereal with yogurt and fresh fruits. So I get a banana, I smash that up, I add in a little bit of like basic granola stuff. What did I get? I got a nectarine, I got some plums, blueberries, yeah, maybe a few more things. I added like pumpkin seeds and some chia seeds, and I was like, okay, time to try the new yogurt with this. I open it. Again, keep in mind, this is still good according to the expiration date for a few more days, and given that it is vegan, I've seen people say they ate 1 year expired vegan yogurts and it was completely fine. just because, you know, there is no milky stuff in there that is terrifying when it exists for too long, you know? So I open it, and I'm greeted with a big fat green mold blob that already got onto the lid that's like taking up 10% of the top part of the yogurt already, and I'm just like, And here's the fun thing. I was out of any other yogurt, and I had prepared everything for my cereal. I usually don't add the yogurt in last. That is my mistake here. I fully admit that. That one was on me. But I don't know. So that is something that happened. I was like, crap. We didn't really have that many bananas left. We had like 3 or so left, and given that usually my parents are the ones to buy bananas, I didn't want to. My mom is the one who buys bananas. I didn't want to steal all her bananas, even though a lot of times no one eats the bananas, and then a lot of times I end up using them for such cereal situations. But yeah, I was like, even then, I would have to get like all the bananas, and then it would still not have the same consistency as yogurt, you know. It would just be a lot of smashed up banana, which I didn't really want. So I was like, what do? I don't have yogurt. I did have vegan strawberry yogurt. There's one more thing I wanted to say about yogurt. Oh, I got completely distracted. Hi, doggo. Good morning. Oh, she's looking at me. You want to stay here or you want to go somewhere else to eat beep? And she's getting up. Oh, are we stretching? No, we're not stretching. Okay, no big stretch. No, I'm not getting distracted. No. I got one idea, which actually didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. Given that, you know, I had like a bit of a mash situation going already, you know, with the banana and some of the fruits kind of like globbing together. Is that even a word? Globbing? Do we go on land here? Kind of want some of the flowers, if I'm honest. We're gonna risk it, why not? Even though a boat would be better for not wasting hunger. Well. Okay, that was it. We had this boat for like... We've managed to get it 2 or 3 times. It's at the end of its life. I came up with something that was acceptable, given that it was the near best thing I could do. I added a tiny splash of oat milk. I never put milk into my yogurt cereal situation. Like, I just enjoy having, you know, the sort of technically the fruits with yogurt, and then you just have that slight crunch here and there from the cereal. I really like that. I don't want it to be a soup sort of situation. But I only really added like a tiny bit that, you know, the mashed up banana would get a bit more spread out in a way. Yeah, okay, we should have stayed in the boat. That was a little silly. Nah. And it was okay. If I ever have another situation where my last yogurt ends up being moldy, I guess I'd do that again. Because I usually always have oat milk here, or even sometimes other milk. Usually oat milk though, because I prefer oat milk. And we do sometimes buy almond milk, which I don't personally like the taste of for like cereal or when you use it in any other sort of drink situation. I also don't like the environmental aspect of it very much, because almonds are not exactly something that is locally grown around the corner. And I don't know, my heart rate! Oh my god, I hope I wasn't the one who hit that. I think I only hit the flower and the cow murdered itself, but oh my god. Oh, good morning! What I meant to say, almonds aren't exactly grown here next door in Germany, so you occasionally read about the not good environment area stuff with like Californian almonds. So I only ever really buy almond milk like how many times? We haven't had it in a while, but when the boyfriend started his job a year ago, he got a recipe from my coworker for overnight oats with almond milk. And for that, we've been using almond milk. And it's pretty nice in there, but we haven't made that in quite a few months because his work doesn't have a microwave anymore. Or maybe it has again, but no one really... I mean, he is not entirely sure because their kitchen is being renovated and it's all a little weird right now. So we're not currently too focused on setting up his microwave meals because, you know, I want him to be comfortable to do that and all that. But yeah, we only really, I mean, even one bottle lasts for like, I think 4 or 5 or was it maybe even less that you use? Let's just say five batches of overnight oats. That's a good amount, you know? Because we really have them like once a week, maybe twice a week. So yeah, we would only buy like what? Let's say 3 liters of almond milk per year. Oh god, hiccups, please don't. I had super long hiccups yesterday while brushing my teeth. I don't know why. It was kind of awful. But something that was cute is every time I had a hiccup, my boyfriend was patting my head. That was absolutely adorable. I don't know. That was very nice. What I meant to say about yogurt, something I don't like with vegan yogurt. I mean, there are a few now that are smaller. One of those used to be available at my grocery store that I usually go to. Not anymore. Of course. And there are some other options, but they're also not available where I live. I did see those, though, yesterday at the big grocery store. That was nice. But here's the thing. Most vegan yogurts, they're only available in 500 gram buckets, portions, that sort of stuff. So that's a lot. They do last pretty long when they're opened, given that, again, no lactose in there. And nothing that will immediately go bad. I love it when we find these plains bombs surrounded by dark oak. I don't know why, I'm fascinated by them. This is like such a peaceful, calming area. We have butterflies, we have a pretty lake. This is gorgeous. So yeah, that is something I struggle with because, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh cool, a strawberry yogurt, but then, oh my god, it's 500 grams. When am I supposed to eat all of that? To be fair, the biggest like vegan yogurt brand, Alpro, has did a little bit of shrinkflation. Well, okay, they increased the price. They went from, I think it used to be $1.99 for the 500 grams to $2.19, but maybe I'm a bit mistaken here. But they certainly did that, and like a few months later they were like, oh, we had so many requests that our yogurts are too big, so now we're keeping the price and we're only gonna sell you 400 grams. Yeah. I have to admit I'm part of the people who since then haven't been buying that much Alpro yogurt, just because I'm not a fan of, you know, that sort of getting the most money out of the least amount of stuff sold. It's... don't know. I just don't like it. Don't really want to support it. I do occasionally still buy some of their stuff, because they are one of the only few brands that are available near me where I can buy... called? I can buy Quack? What's that called? Curd! I think that's curd. Maybe I'm completely mistaken. Actually, I want to Google that now. I keep thinking the little mushrooms that we see in there on the map are villager houses. Don't mind the forest fire. I just want to know if my English is good or not. Curd German Quack. Yes! Whoa! I remember the word. I don't know. Moments like this make me feel good, you know? Like a word that I don't really need on the day-to-day basis. But I remembered it. That's so cool. Ah, I forgot the mushrooms that should have went in there. Wait, no, again, they should have went in there. You also need a bed. That was a long yogurt discussion that we had here. I hope we all enjoyed that. Let me sit up a little bit. Okay. Okay, we still we could already get out one more burger just because we're about to eat one, and I just like having an extra one on us these days. You know, means a little bit less constant stopping and refilling of food, which is nice. I'm gonna grab these pretty little guys.